Hello and welcome to another SEGA News Bits Live. I'm Barry, and we are doing another impromptu video looking at the news of the week. I feel like we're going to be doing more of these. They work really well for my schedule right before I start work, so expect to see them maybe towards the end of the week, every other week, early in the morning. So I'm recording right now at 8:15 a.m. Central U.S. time. So, you know, I don't know, I guess follow, subscribe, ring the bell, all those things. I never do that, but you should. So, this week, there's been some pretty wild news. Unfortunately, the site was down over the weekend, so we completely missed a big piece of news, which I'm going to touch on momentarily. But in the meantime, let's talk about Shenmue, the animation. So, yeah. And we finally got our first look at it. Here's the SegaBits.com news article here. And yeah, I honestly, I was impressed with it. I actually thought it looked better than what I was ever expecting. You know, it's kind of like your typical anime, but with Shenmue characters. I guess the big question is, like, how true to the game will they be? And I guess that question was kind of answered at a panel. So a few things that were discussed was that they used many pages of backstory that were consulted but never featured in the game. So that's kind of exciting. We're going to be seeing content that was never included, I guess cut from the games. They say the story's linear but has the atmosphere of the games, such as Ryo stopping to talk to people on the street. I know from my own experience that I've dealt with people who have never played Shenmue, but they played they didn't play it, they watched a stream, like a live stream, and to them that was experiencing it. And I've had people say to me, boy, what a boring looking game. And it's like, well, you play it at your own pace, so if you want to speed through it, you're gonna have a fun time. If you want to take your time and collect those capsule toys and everything, you're also going to have a fun time. So I don't know how this anime will translate over. I'm hoping that it kind of hits this middle road where you get a little taste of the mundane, but it also kind of moves along at a pace that doesn't make it boring. If you've ever seen Shenmue the movie, which was a series of cutscenes from the original Shenmue that actually aired in theaters in Japan, if you buy the Shenmue 2 Xbox release, it comes with a DVD of Shenmue the movie, and if you watch that, you can see like not film grain, but like dust and hair and stuff. So it very clearly, they took a film print, like physical film print, scanned it in of a digital video game and put it on a DVD, which I just find hilarious. There's like 2 levels of processing there, which really does not need to exist. And the movie is so boring. I used to do Dreamcast live streams that would go on for like 9 or 10 hours, and if I needed to like eat lunch or do a big extended break to run an errand or something, I would toss Shenmue the movie on. When I come back, like, no one is watching the stream because it's so boring, or it's people going, why are we watching this, can we actually play the game? So I am hoping that it has a lot more new, fresh content that people can enjoy. Also, we can expect to see Yokosuka, Hong Kong, and Kowloon, so at the very least it's going to cover the first 2 games. I'm hoping it extends beyond that and actually adapts the 3rd game, just for people who either haven't experienced it or maybe didn't enjoy the 3rd game as much, but still want to see the story presented on the level of the other chapters. So here's hoping. I guess the big question for a lot of fans is, will this be the future of Shenmue? Are we going to be seeing Shenmue 4 content but no Shenmue 4 game for a while? And I mean, I don't know. I would love to have the story continue but still be able to play the games. The question is, can Yu Suzuki manage all that, and will the story end with 4, or are we going to be seeing a 5th game? So let's check out the trailer real quick, and then we can get into the other bit of big news for this week.
Coming across the sea, from a distant land in the east, he shall appear. A young man, unaware of his own strength,
So you will see how Ryo got his scar, or his cut, that's been confirmed.
And bring his dreams to fruition.
There's going to be flashback sequences.
As it is written upon the stars from long, long ago. A dragon will rise from the earth, conjuring dark clouds to blot out the heavens. A phoenix will descend from above, delivering purple wind with a flap of its wings.
I like the art style. It looks like they're going to nail some of the otter-looking characters. You can kind of see them in the background, though I am interested to see how they're going to handle, like, Tom.
That long, winding tale shall now begin.
Shenmue, the animation, coming in 2022. An Adult Swim and Crunchyroll original.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. I think it definitely looks promising. Who knows if we're going to see a fourth game, but at the very least we're going to be getting an anime. And maybe that'll build up excitement for the series and build a fan base beyond that. I'm not exactly sure. Another bit of huge news, as I mentioned at the top of this recording, our website went down, and then a big piece of news dropped. And that news is actually that a few key people at SEGA will be stepping down, though they kind of buried the lead here. So this was a tweet from the RGG Studio Twitter account. It says, as 2021 marks RGG Studio's 10th anniversary, we look forward to new beginnings. Please see the link below for a message from the RGG Studio team about staff changes and our exciting future. I love, no, it's just staff changes, but you look here and you're like, who's missing? Who's missing here? We've got, this looks like, I joked on Twitter, this looks like a lineup of like all the James Bonds from the past. Oh, I remember this one. He's my favorite James Bond. So we clicked that link, and here it is. Here's that huge picture of all the James Bonds. Someone's missing. What is this? What's this about? So you go down. So the new director is Masayoshi Yokoyama. And what I really want to focus on, though, sorry to go through here. Oh, there's Toshihiro Nagoshi. Why isn't he in that lineup? Oh, he's departing SEGA. Okay. He's leaving his position as the head of the studio. He thanks the fans, and he just gives thanks, and he's out. He's actually heading. The rumor was for a while that he was heading to China's NetEase, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. NetEase and Tencent are using Japan to seed international growth. So I don't know, like I'm mixed on this. Like, it's really unfortunate that he's leaving, but he was there for a long time. If you recall, Yuji Naka left, I think, well before he should have. I think Yuji Naka had a lot more gas in the tank. Whereas with Yu Suzuki, I actually think he left at a good time. I think the company was transitioning at a moment when he left where I don't know if they would have appreciated him, Yu Suzuki, as a developer. So even though he did struggle for a while before Shenmue 3 really came around, I think it was a smart move. Here, I mean, the guy's free to do what he wants to do, but it makes sense. I mean, Yakuza is in a fantastic place right now. The Monkey Ball game, like the fact that Monkey Ball turned it around so quick to the point where we're now like putting that up there with like Sonic and Yakuza and the Puyo games and all that as like the good stuff that we look forward to. And I know people are going to call me out for just now saying that Sonic is good stuff that we can look forward to, but I mean, I'm an optimistic fan. But yeah, and you have to imagine too that he is savvy enough, Nagoshi is savvy enough, that he would be leaving the company in good hands. I would not doubt that some of the later games, like Banana Mania and Lost Judgment, he was possibly hands off for a lot of it, just so that he could shepherd the team into making games on their own without him. I can't imagine him being like, I want to put all my blood and sweat into this game, and then I'm going to head on out and you guys figure out what you're going to do. He seems like he loves the company, and I can't imagine him sabotaging them like that. Another person who's leaving is Daisuke Sato. And again, it's just unfortunate that another legend is on the way out. And actually, just to kind of remind you guys, let's do a little Google searching here. To remind myself too, because check out his Sega Retro page. He did a lot of work. So I know my little face is covering it here, but he worked on Phantasy Star Online 2. He worked on Magic Knight Rayearth, Virtua Fighter 3, the Super Monkey Ball games, F-Zero GX, Streets of Rage 4. He was on the Sega development team. So you look through here, he has done a lot of things, and it's unfortunate that he's departing as well, but I also feel like, just like Toshihiro Nagoshi, that he is leaving the company in good hands. And there will be a point where we're going to be looking at these people, I think, in the near future and being like, oh, that guy, you know? It almost looks like I'm one of them. Thanks for letting me join the team, guys. So anyway, that, I believe, just about does it for the big bits of news, but I do want to jump in here and just check the website to see what else landed this week. We had Cotton Guardian 4 Saturn Tribute on Nintendo Switch featuring fully working Sega Saturn emulators. So the story behind this is basically, and let me zoom it in for you guys, the game Cotton Guardian 4 Saturn Tribute, which is a mouthful, released, and it compiles Cotton 2, Cotton Boomerang, and Guardian Force on a single cartridge. And the game is essentially like emulating Sega Saturn games, and so people started loading their own Sega Saturn images into the game files, and it allowed the Nintendo Switch to boot Saturn games, which is pretty wild. And it's so far it's not perfect, but if we check out the list here, and we have an ad here from CSU Online. Remember, guys, CSU, what the fuck? Get out of here. This is why I like ad blocker. Check out these games that are just playing like amazingly well on this officially released game. You can see all the perfects here. Stall, like that alone is really awesome. Burning Rangers, the audio cracks at random times, but could complete the tutorial no problem. Bug 2, Clockwork Knight, Die Hard Arcade, like these are some heavy hitters. It's unfortunate Mr. Bones isn't playable, but like Nights into Dreams, almost perfect. Panzer Dragoon 1, 2, and 3 with the audio cracking. Like, why is Sega not jumping on a Saturn compilation? I guess because some of these aren't perfect, but it really makes you wonder, like, what is possible in the near future with Saturn emulation if this is working on the Switch. So we're not advocating piracy or anything, but hey, if you have the means to try this out, definitely go for it. I would love to play some of these games on the go. So good news. I really like when crazy stuff like this lands. Final bit of news here that just was posted yesterday. So there's Sakura Wars characters appearing in the game Super Robot Wars 30 as a part of their first DLC pack. And this is a Bandai Namco Entertainment game. You can see here, it's, I guess, kind of has the vibe of Project Cross Zone, but it's with giant robots. And it's just kind of cool to see Sakura Wars again, even though we haven't seen the new game since that reboot. This is an 8-minute video, I'm not sitting through that. But regardless, we get some cool screens. I think the art looks cool. If you're into this sort of thing and you've been feeling like you've been wanting to play a Sakura Wars game with some new content, this is the next best thing, I guess. So that really about does it for the Sega news of the week. As far as rumors, I've heard that there has been some I guess screenshots from a survey floating around for Sonic 2022, and of course people have been coining the name Sonic Rangers due to some sort of leak, but what the survey's been saying is, what does the name Sonic Frontier make you think of. And it makes me wonder if Sega is actually focus group, survey testing, various names. They maybe haven't landed on it yet, but they want to hear what people think about Sonic Frontier. To me, it sounds like either an airline or like Sonic doing the Gold Rush. I don't know if that's what the game's about, but it's not a bad name. Rangers makes me think of Power Rangers. Frontier makes me think of Oregon Trail. So I'm sure they'll land on... It might be something stupid like Sonic Lightning Fire or something dumb. Yeah, and then I don't have any more rumors that have crossed my path, but if I hear something, I'll share it on here. So that just about does it. You can support us on Patreon. That is the only way to support this site. We don't make any money from YouTube because YouTube hates us. Google hates us. But we love you and we love Google. No, we don't. So thank you for watching, and be on the lookout for future live Sega News Bits video drops in the early mornings towards the end of the week. These are fun to do for me, and I hope they're fun for you. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great weekend. And remember, I don't have a closing line. Bye!